Is medicine simply a technique for curing disease? Or does it begin with a profound ethical responsibility for human life? If a doctor possesses brilliant skills but lacks a sense of responsibility and conscience, can those skills truly serve as a tool for saving lives? This question has remained the most critical philosophical inquiry in the field of medicine for thousands of years. Hippocrates, known as the father of Western medicine, provided a definitive answer to this very question. He was not merely a researcher of cures. He was the first to systematically present the mindset and ethics a physician must embody. The world of medicine during Hippocrates' time was vastly different from what we know today in our modern scientific era. In 5th century BC Greece, many believed that illness was a divine punishment or the result of supernatural forces. When people fell ill, they often sought help from temples through prayers and sacrifices rather than looking for a medical doctor. It was an age where superstition dominated, and the concept of clinical treatment was still in its primitive stages. However, Hippocrates directly challenged this prevailing narrative with a revolutionary new perspective on human health. He argued that disease was not a divine curse, but rather a phenomenon arising from entirely natural and observable causes. He explained that climate, diet, daily habits, and the surrounding environment were the true factors determining a person's health. For his time, this was nothing short of a revolutionary leap in human logic and the understanding of the natural world. Yet, Hippocrates' most significant innovation was not just about technical knowledge. It was about the fundamental attitude of the doctor. He emphasized that a doctor must view a patient not as a mere object to be treated, but as a life that must be protected at all costs. His philosophy is best reflected in the document known as the Hippocratic Oath, which remains a cornerstone of medical ethics today. To this day, this document is symbolically used in medical schools worldwide as a solemn declaration of professional ethical duty. The core message is strikingly clear. The first duty is to never engage in actions that would intentionally harm the patient's life. The second principle is to maintain the absolute secrecy and privacy of the patient, respecting their dignity and personal trust. Furthermore, it dictates that medical skills must be used solely for the benefit of humanity, rather than for the pursuit of money or power. This principle was particularly radical in ancient society, where doctors were often treated as tools for the powerful or the wealthy. Hippocrates insisted that a doctor must not be a servant of power, but rather a guardian of life, independent of political influence. He believed that the starting point of medicine is not technical knowledge, but rather a deep-seated sense of ethical responsibility. The importance of this philosophy is evident in historical cases, such as when devastating plagues swept through ancient Greece. While many fled in fear, Hippocrates and his disciples remained, observing and recording the causes and symptoms of the disease. They meticulously documented symptoms, changes in fever, and environmental factors, which became vital resources for future medical research. What he emphasized was not just the technology of treatment, but an attitude of truly seeking to understand the patient's condition. There is another famous account of a ruler who requested a doctor to provide poison to eliminate a political rival. The Hippocratic ethic demanded a firm refusal of such requests, based on the principle that medicine is for preserving life, not aiding death. Medicine must never be used as a tool for death. This principle remains the most fundamental standard of medical ethics to this day. The core message left by Hippocrates is clear. Medicine is a responsibility for life that transcends mere technical skill. No matter how advanced our knowledge becomes, without ethics, medicine can become a dangerous force that harms rather than heals. Therefore, he emphasized the physician's conscience above all else, highlighting that their character is the true starting point of medicine. Even after 2,500 years, this philosophy remains the central principle of medical ethics in our modern world. From this story, we can draw three key lessons. First, we must understand that expert knowledge without ethical responsibility is dangerous. Second, a true professional must prioritize their responsibility toward humanity over the mere mastery of their technical skills. And third, we are reminded that every profession, in its essence, exists for the betterment of human life and society. Thus, Hippocrates' philosophy transcends medicine, offering a universal principle that applies to all professional ethics today. As the saying goes, knowledge makes people strong, but it is ethics that truly make them human and give their work meaning. We hope that today's reflection on Hippocrates' philosophy has provided you with a small but meaningful insight for your own life. This channel continues to share stories from history and philosophy that help us re-examine our lives through the lens of the humanities. If this exploration of humanities with Dr. James Ko has been helpful in broadening your thoughts, please like and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your support. For more information, contact Jongmoon Ko or James Ko at k9039119998@gmail.com. Always stay curious and pursue wisdom. Explore further with these themes: Hippocrates, medical ethics, philosophy, the history of medicine, professional ethics, and the humanities. Search for Father of Medicine, the Hippocratic Oath, Ancient Greek Medicine, Bioethics, Medical Philosophy, and Socratic Ethics. The legacy of ancient Greece continues to shape our modern understanding of science and morality in profound ways. In the silence of our history, the voices of the great thinkers still echo, guiding us toward a more compassionate and ethical future. Just as the stars guided the ancient navigators, ethical principles provide the map for our journey through the complex landscape of professional life. Keep the flame of curiosity alive within you. It is the most powerful tool for understanding the world and our place within it. Wisdom is like a flowing spring. The more we drink from its source, the more we realize the depth and beauty of human thought. The horizon of knowledge is vast, yet it is our moral compass that determines the direction in which we sail. We stand on the shoulders of giants, whose reflections on life and ethics continue to resonate through the corridors of time. Take a moment to breathe and reflect. The wisdom of the past is always available to those who seek it with an open heart. Let the fresh air of new perspectives invigorate your thinking and broaden your understanding of the world. Every day is an opportunity to write a new chapter in your own story, guided by the principles of integrity and compassion. Philosophy is the bridge that connects our daily actions to the timeless values that define our humanity. Like a tree with deep roots, a life built on solid ethical foundations can weather any storm that comes its way. True leadership is not about having all the answers, but about following the right compass, even in uncertain times. Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a chance to reflect on our values and strive for excellence in all that we do. In the vastness of the universe, our choices and our character are what define our legacy and our impact on others. Our lives are mosaics of our experiences, choices, and the values we hold dear. Every small act contributes to the larger picture. Reach for the heights of your potential, but remain grounded in the humility and ethics that keep us truly connected to one another. Knowledge flows like a river, gathering strength and wisdom as it journeys toward the infinite sea of human understanding. The pursuit of wisdom is a journey that knows no end, leading us to discover new wonders in the world and within ourselves. In unity and shared purpose, we find the strength to overcome challenges and build a future that honors our highest ideals. The path of integrity may not always be the easiest, but it is the only one that leads to true peace and fulfillment. As we move forward into a new day, let us carry the wisdom of the past with us, shaping a world that is more just and humane. Be a beacon of light for others, guided by the principles that have stood the test of time and inspired generations. In the silence of reflection, we find the clarity to see what truly matters and the courage to live according to our values. Growth is a slow and beautiful process, requiring patience, care, and the right conditions to reach its full potential. We are all part of something much larger than ourselves, connected by the shared history and the eternal questions of the human heart. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. May your pursuit of knowledge be always guided by the light of ethics. Until we meet again, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and remember that our choices are what define our true humanity. Always remember, it is not just about what we know, but about how we use that knowledge to make the world a better place for all. Wishing you a journey filled with wisdom and purpose. May your days be enlightened and your actions always be human. Goodbye.